Like the Torah should be holy and should be treated with the respect it deserves. And just like, you got filthy, squalid sexual fantasies that you have to share with the world. Please just don't do it on the Torah show. Like, is that too much to ask, Rabbi?
No,
is that too much to ask?
I think that's the minimum.
That for a convert to Judaism or a penitent, a Baal Tshuva, like, keep your filthy, disgusting sexual fantasies, past transgressions, keep them out of my Torah show.
Absolutely.
It's like we're trying to build like a holy community. We're trying to build a holy show. We're trying to live a life of Torah, like the Torah that's just not, tripping off our lips, but like Torah that infuses a whole personality. Like, so that
it can't just be in the books.
It just can't be in the books. It's got to be
penetrate.
It's got to penetrate,
yeah.
And it's got to be real, and it's got to be tactless, and it's got to like really get into the pores of someone. And like when you tune into a Torah talk show, and there's a guy going, "Yeah, what you need is a black chick. That'll sort you right out." It's like, how dare you speak to a rabbi that way?
Seriously.
How dare you speak to a rabbi that way? Have you no respect for the Rav? Have you no respect? Have you?
Where is your decency?
As they said to Joseph McCarthy, sir, have you no decency?
Boom. Levy's bringing it down. That's going to be a highlight to clip tomorrow.
Makes me sick.
Somebody asked a question in here, and it was Greg from Facebook, asked, is Shmuley Boteach a heretic or is he kosher? And my answer is going to be quite simple. Has this person, or has any person, doesn't have to be this person in particular, have they ever said anything that goes against the Torah? Has he ever put in... I'm not familiar with everything the guy's ever said or done.
Right.
I don't know him to be a heretic.
Right. Yeah.
Has he ever called for, to change the Torah? Has he ever tried to change the Torah around a little bit?
He says that you should not use the toilet in front of your spouse. Because it kind of diminishes, the specialness of the relationship.
That wouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
What could be a problem is if the Torah says you're not allowed to be in front of your spouse on the toilet, right? And he would come and say, "Oh, I say you should do it anyways."
Right.
He
doesn't do that.
Yeah, if he says something that goes keneged halacha, right? If he goes, but more importantly, does he go against the very fabric of the 13 principles of faith?
No.
The 13 principles. Can you say that Shmuley Boteach ever said or written anything that would cross the line on the 13 principles of faith from the Rambam? Right? Those are the kind of things you have to look out for.
Yeah, I really like Shmuley Boteach. I read many of his books. It's
you never read anything that looked like...
There's no heresy in it. Some of it he may use more vernacular speech than regular rabbis, but maybe more blunt and more street in some of his speech. But he certainly never advocated anything heretical.
Okay. I know he's very controversial.
He's very controversial, but it's not for heresy.
Right. I'm controversial.
You're controversial.
But I've never said anything close to heretical.
Correct.
Not tonight, at least. But I'm controversial. No. So he's controversial his own way.
Yeah.
But that's I would never say he's heretical.
So Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 26. You can spend your money on whatever your soul desires, as long as you do it within Jewish law. Judaism wants you to enjoy life, and part of enjoying life is spending your money as your soul desires. So I remember there was this very religious Jew I knew at shul who had 8 kids, and he was studying Torah every day, and strictly religious all his life, and he drove a Porsche. So that's not so bad. That's not a big of error. That's not a sin. He was hardworking. He raised a good family. He was religious, and he drove a Porsche. He liked to enjoy a sports car, and if you do it within the boundaries of Judaism, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the material world, going out to a nice dinner, driving a sports car, eating a steak, having a fine bottle of wine.
Right, you're going to fit in great in this neighborhood.
If you earn your money honestly,
in this neighborhood, you get along great with these. You should
pay
be
your taxes.
you should be
drive
a
your
pulpit rabbi in our neighborhood.
Exactly.
They'd keep you in
They've got
business.
that building open still on Cascio and Robertson. I'm thinking maybe we should start a shul.
Oh yeah,
Like where the Nanaks used to be.
Oh yeah. You would get along. They would love you because this is the kind of thing. Because like, there's a lot of people in our neighborhood who have money.
Yeah.
You know.
And maybe they'd give some to us if we talk about this.
You just spoke to them. You
Yeah.
know? It's like yeah, we want to have our
If you appreciate these words of Torah, please donate so that I can give more of them. And you can like list, with your PayPal donation, like the various legitimate, pleasures of this world that you're enjoying, and I'll make a special point on my show of saying that they're, what's the opposite of forbidden?
Everything is permitted around
Yeah,
here.
but what's the Hebrew word for saying something's permitted?
It's mater.
It's mater, yeah. I'll just
mutter.
mater it.
Mutter.
I'll mutter it. So send in the
no, I'll
donations.
mater it because it's mutter.
Send in the donations and I'll mater it because it's mutter.
Rabbi Heter, right here.
Yeah. And there's a rabbi in this neighborhood. His nickname is Rabbi Loophole. So like
Rabbi Loophole.
Like you want to get around something, like this guy will find a way for you to do almost anything.
Black chicks?
No, I don't think. I mean, if they're Jewish and they're your wife, but
right.
No, his nickname's Rabbi Loophole. So, know that there are Rabbi Loopholes out there, and don't despair. Keep hope alive. Hope and change.
I got to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I go on a walk, I'm smoking a cigar. Sometimes on Shabbos I go for a walk. Whatever. I often go for a walk, and one of the directions I go.
Smoking a cigar on Shabbat?
No.
You're going for a walk around this neighborhood. That's pretty edgy.
No, sometimes I go for, during the week I go for a cigar smoke, and I go for a walk.
Yeah.
Or sometimes on Shabbos I just go for a walk. Whatever. Yeah. I often go for walks, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't take long for me to end up on Olympic in Beverly Hills. I mean, it's right near me. Mm-hmm. And I go past the fancy Rolls Royce shop.
Mm-hmm.
That's believe it or not, I can get to that shop in like very little amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever ask to test drive?
Not on Shabbos. Then wouldn't that be a Gnevis DOS because they would think that I really have the money for it? Yeah. I once walked into the Lamborghini shop when it was up on Wilshire. This is a true story, Bemis, right? This was back, I think, like 8 years ago. I went there, the Lamborghini shop, and I was checking out the cars, and the guy was like, "Are you really interested in a car?" And I was like, "No." But I was almost prepared because you could go on a test ride in a Lamborghini, and I was thinking, "Oh my God, it would be so much fun just to drive one of these around the block." And then go back and go, well, okay, let me work the financing and get back, and then just disappear. But I was actually thinking about it, but it's not fair. It's a Gnevis DOS because the guy's going to get his hopes up.
What does Gnevis DOS mean?
It means you're lying to the guy because you're telling him you're interested, so he's going to get all excited because he's going to make a sale, but he's not going to get a sale. He's just wasting his time. And I don't want to waste the guy's time, but it would have been so much fun just to go on a test drive on a Lamborghini, right? But that's not the point of the story. I'm walking on Olympic. This was recently, within the last couple of weeks. I was walking on there and I was thinking, if I had the money, let's say I had the money, I won the lotto or some shit, right? And I had the money to buy a Rolls Royce. I wouldn't do it. And here's why. I just feel it doesn't look right that a Frummie should be driving a Rolls. This is my own opinion. Because if you've got the money for a Rolls, then you should take that money and downgrade into a Lexus and use the rest of the money and give it to yeshiva or give it to somebody who's poor here in LA, right? I just think
secular Jews flaunt their money, but a frum Jew is not supposed to flaunt their money.
Right. I don't a car is supposed to get you from point A to point B. It's just a horse, right? It's just a method of transportation. You don't need to get ultra luxurious going from point A to point B. I can understand you go to work every day or and you're driving 100 miles a day. You want to go in something comfortable. A Lexus is plenty comfortable. A Cadillac is plenty comfortable. I'm not even driving that many miles, right? I wouldn't be driving. Why would I need a Rolls Royce? So I just think that, like,